Morning, everyone. Just had my morning coffee. Now I'm about to do my morning routine. It's what time is it? It's 5:45 in the morning. And I'm pretty tired, but I know I'll feel good in a sec. So the reason I'm making this video today is because I want to show a day in the life of how to take care of yourself for those of you who have anxiety or depression. Now, for those of you who do have that, taking care of yourself is probably one of the biggest things you can do to maximize your results of less depression and less anxiety. So today we are going to do a full day of taking care of yourself, and if you don't have work or if you have an off day, I highly recommend trying this day of taking care of yourself out, because you'll notice the difference. You'll feel rejuvenated not only for the day but for the rest of your week. You're gonna have more positivity, you're gonna have more confidence, you're gonna have more self-drive to power through whatever challenges and obstacles life throws at you throughout the week. Taking care of yourself for one full day, doing everything right from eating to working out to meditating to doing your morning routine to journaling, it's all gonna help, and it's all gonna rejuvenate your mind and your body for the upcoming week. So if you have a whole day where you have nothing going on, and it's, say, your Saturday or Sunday, it's your off day, you have a little more time to do a longer, prolonged morning routine. So what I like to do, especially in the morning, is come outside of my backyard and honestly just sit, be quiet, be still, and to be thankful for everything that I have and be thankful for the upcoming day. A lot of people, you know, especially me, and I'm not saying anyone else except me does this, I do it as well, but they get involved with what they have to do for the whole rest of the day. They think about stuff in the past, they think about what they have to do in the future, next week, next year, next month. They have all these things going on in their mind, when, you know, you can only live in the present. You can't live in the future and you can't live in the past. So sitting down in the morning outside with nature, it really helps you adjust your perspective to the right one. And what I mean by that is, when you're outside and you see stuff like the blue skies, the trees, the grass, when you see all that, it just is a reminder that, you know, life is beautiful, life is precious, and we can only take it one day at a time. No matter how hard we try, we can only take it one day at a time. When I meditate, I like coming out here and sitting outside and just sitting in a chair. I mean, I don't even cross my legs and sit down. When I do this, I'm sitting in a chair just upright, and I sit there and I just think about everything that I'm thankful for. And I'm not just saying you sit there and think of 3 things within 5 seconds and you're done. No, really sit and think about what you're thankful for, why you're thankful for it, and how it's impacted your life in a positive way. And when you focus on gratitude, your mindset for the whole day is going to be gratitude, because you've primed yourself in the morning to set yourself up for a day of gratitude. And you cannot be angry, or you cannot be focused on the future if you are focused on being thankful for the present. You know what I mean? So basically, my meditation in the morning on a day where I'm taking care of myself, it's 100% gratitude when I meditate. Different meditation days, I think about certain things, but especially on this day, I really focus on what I'm grateful for and how it's impacted my life in a positive way, so that I can set myself up for the rest of the day with gratitude. Alright, so I had my coffee, but now I'm going for the 2 glasses of water, and I don't like doing this part because it's really hard to drink that much water in the morning when I'm super tired, but you know, it's going to give me more energy than the coffee actually. So It's going to help with the crash that I'm going to have in about an hour, hour and a half. And it's also going to hydrate me from the dehydration that happened while I was sleeping. Also, another thing, the reason I like waking up at 5 a.m., even though my body doesn't like it at first, it gives you time just to yourself without any distractions whatsoever. You're not worried about going to work, you're not worried about what you have to do for the day, because you still have a good hour to 3 hours of time to yourself. So with that, it's pretty nice, because you just get time to yourself to think and to do whatever you need to do to set yourself up for a great day. So next, what I'm going to do is have my journal, and I'm going to journal what I was meditating about, what I was grateful for, and why I'm grateful for them. And something I didn't say in the morning routine is that when you're journaling, it's good to keep I have a pretty thick journal, and I have tabs with different categories on them. So one category is just a morning journal, where I journal my thoughts and journal what I'm thinking about, journal what I'm grateful for, the standard things that I've been talking to you guys about for months now. I preach that morning routine of writing down and journaling in the morning after you wake up. But also, something that I'm trying to get better at is reviewing my goals before I go to bed and when I wake up. So in the very, very back of my journal, I have a list of goals that I go over, and it's separated by 3 categories: work, rest, and play. So work is everything I want to accomplish in my work life, my clothing line, my outreach goals, helping the homeless, that's a passion of mine. How much money I want to save, how much money I want to make, stuff like that. So that's all your work goals. Then you have your rest right here, and in your rest, that's where you put anything with your workout goals, your health goals, anything to do with getting in shape or to stop doing certain bad habits that affect your health. And then you also have the last category, which is play. And that's all the things that deal with like your passions and your hobbies. Everything that gets your inner drive like ticking, something that, like for example, when on my play category, I have, work on new book for October 2018. I have YouTube goals, I have guitar goals, and I have personal relationship goals that I want to accomplish, and that's all in the play category. Now when you guys write work, rest, play, you're gonna write down, I don't know if you can see it, you're gonna write down one thing, the main thing that you guys want to accomplish for each category. Okay, so let's break it down. Within these categories, you're just gonna like spew your brain out of everything that you want to write down for work, rest, and play, right? And then you narrow it down to one thing that's the most important for each category. So work, you're going to write down the one thing that's most important that you want to accomplish within, usually this is shorter than a 1-year goal. And then you can write down your 1-year goal, your 5-year goals, and it's pretty hard to go past a 5-year goal because it just seems so far away. But if you focus on the immediate goals and working on that one thing for each category, it's really going to help increase your confidence, because you're not going to feel so overwhelmed looking at a 1,000 different goals on one page that you've written down. You have 3 things that you need to focus on: the one goal, the one goal, and the one goal for work, rest, and play. And that makes it super easy. You have 3 goals in your mind that you looked at in the morning to remind yourself, and go throughout the day with those goals in mind. And when you do that, you're naturally going to follow the steps you need to take in order to achieve those goals, because it's in the forefront of your mind, because you remind yourself about it every single morning and every single night. And it sounds really intense, but it's such a good practice that I'm trying to get better at. I've noticed that when I review my goals and my passions that I want to accomplish in life, I feel a bigger sense of responsibility to obtain those goals because they're on my mind so much more. And it gives me that extra drive when I wake up not motivated, especially at 5 a.m. A lot of people, including myself, are not morning people. But when you force yourself to wake up at that time, it gives you time to focus on the right things, which is the goals, the things you want to accomplish for that day, that week, that month, that year. And so write down your goals, work, rest, play, and the one thing you want to accomplish, and then that's going to be your journal for the day, and just go over the goals each morning and each night before you go to bed and before you wake, or right after you wake up. And that's basically it for the journal part. So that should take about maybe 10-15 minutes of your time. So you woke up at 5:45, you meditated for about 15 to 20 minutes, you got your water, that took a couple minutes, and then now you're going to journal and write down your goals, and then read them off and say them out loud, so your mind can hear it and your brain can also process what you're saying and what you're telling yourself to believe in. So that's that. After the journal, we're actually going to go work out. So that's what we're doing next. Okay, so where are we at? We just worked out, we just ate, we just did yoga, and we're feeling pretty good. Our physical body is taken care of, our spiritual mind is right. And usually when you have stuff throughout the day, you know, you're probably done with your morning routine, and now you're probably getting into like the big chunk of your day where all the shit happens and all the stresses come creeping in. This is where it's at. So this is game time now. And in order to take care of that and to manage the stress that comes throughout the day, even though you've done your morning routine, it doesn't mean that you won't be stressed out like towards the end of the day. So usually around after lunch, like around, I would say 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., you're going to meditate again just for 10 minutes, just to get your mind right and just to reassure yourself and give yourself that extra boost of energy, that motivation to just finish out the day strong. And I cannot stress how important it is to meditate twice a day. One time is just not going to do it. It's not. It's plain and simple. And if you want to, I mean, go ahead, but you're not going to see the results like you would if you can meditate twice a day. And if you can knock out 2 meditation sessions a day, even if it's for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then you're going to be so much better off at handling the stresses that come throughout the day. Okay, so something I want to say is I tried to have a morning to myself, right? But what actually happened today was a lot different than what I expected, and just want to give you guys a real life scenario of what can happen. And what usually happens is your plans don't always go as you expected. And today I expected to have, a good day of taking care of myself and having time to do whatever I need to do to get my mind right. And then, plans come up, things change, and your day can be totally different than what you expected. So that actually happened to me today, and I'm kind of tripping out because I'm trying to stay calm. My anxiety is actually really high right now. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but just wanted to document something that is a real life event that happened, and something that could very well or has happened to almost all of you watching this, where your plans don't go just as you expected. So right now you just got to improvise, and you got to deal with what you get. So, plans didn't go my way today, but at least I got up in the morning, I made my bed, I did my morning routine, I worked out, and
I think if I hadn't done that, I'd be a lot more stressed out right now. Just want to give you guys some motivation that even though things don't go your way, you got to keep your head up and you got to keep fighting, because that's life, and life isn't perfect and nothing is going to go your way all the time. So you have to learn how to improvise and how to be okay with change, and that's one of the hardest things, is being okay with change, because I, for the longest time, hated change, and because it threw me off of my routine. But if you accept change and you take it as a challenge or an adventure, and you look at it in a positive way and you change your perspective on it, then life seems to be a lot more manageable. And that's what I want to give you guys as a message today, is that you know, things might not always go as they plan, but be willing to change and be willing to adapt to the situations that life throws at you, because it's not always going to be perfect, but you can make it a perfect day if you choose to. So right now I'm going to go about the rest of my day. I'm going to try and figure out how to still fit in the rest of what I needed to do to complete my day of taking care of myself. So I'm going to work around the situations that have happened today. I've had to run to like 5 different places that I didn't need to this morning, and threw me off of making this video, threw me off of my morning routine and all that stuff. So I'll keep in touch with you guys and see you in a bit.